Oh, okay, never mind. The video's over. Okay, great.
Hey,
I
hey, doing it.
thought I had like another 2 seconds, but I guess not. We're here. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Cosmos. Today we are drawing with everybody.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Big old
my
live
door-
so many people.
we're doing a live drawing where we are drawing the public domain characters that we talked about last week. If you have not listened to our brainstorming session from 13 days ago, go listen to that.
Should we do a quick previously on the Cosmos?
Sure, we could
We're
do
gonna-
that.
Yeah.
You
All right.
volunteered yourself to do it.
Oh, I did. Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah,
So
congratulations.
the brainstorming session last time I think went amazingly, and we had combined the worlds of Peter Pan and Neverland and Robin Hood. So we had teamed up Robin Hood, Smee, and Tinkerbell. Right? Anybody correct me if I'm wrong. And the Phantom of the Opera was the bad guy who had killed Captain Hook, who had kidnapped Wendy's parents, the Darlings, if I remember their last names correctly, in a ploy to get Wendy to come back to Neverland. We don't know why yet. No spoilers right now. And so Smee and Robin Hood and Tinkerbell are on a mission to get back to the Jolly Roger, where the Phantom of the Opera has kidnapped the Darlings to get Wendy to come back to Neverland. How was that?
Correct.
Previously on?
Okay. You've been thinking about this a lot, huh?
I eat, sleep, and drink it. I eat, sleep, and drink it.
This is what he does when he's not working on the Offspring. He's just
Take care of
contemplating
this
Peter
stuff.
Pan.
Public domain character.
Peter Pan, the Phantom of the Opera. Let's do it.
All right, cool. So we're all drawing, including the people who can't draw, which is me and John. Great.
That's quite. That's the
Yeah.
fun part. That's the fun part. That's what we're doing.
Sure.
All right.
If you want to call it that.
So do we
So
have
if
like
something-
do we have like a time limit on this? Like by the end of the by the end of the class.
Yeah.
By the end of the class,
Yeah,
do we
it's
have
by
a
the end.
time limit?
You have to be done by the end of class.
Yeah, we try to
Okay.
keep it to an hour. It doesn't have to be,
Yeah.
but yeah, if you want to say by 7, and again, it can be half inked, half drawn, whatever you feel like it.
It's our this is the test. So guys, don't cheat. No using Chat GPT or AI like my
I'm totally
son.
gonna do that.
Heck no. Heck no. Never. Never.
That's the thing in school nowadays, though. Like,
Oh, yeah.
like all the kids are trying to get away with that now, and they're trying to battle. There's like the teachers are trying to battle that all the time, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
I've
it's like
heard.
crazy.
Like I couldn't imagine.
It's
Go Chad.
Oh no, go ahead.
It is a little nutty. I'll be honest with you. As a teacher, I do use AI to write some of my lesson plans
Oh sure.
and some of the curriculum stuff because I know what it is. I don't need to spend 4 hours. You know what I mean? Writing all that stuff out. If I can just type in 3 sentences in the chat GPT, whatever it's called, and it spews out everything I need for the administrator to be okay with it. Great.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
My work is starting to use Chat GPT to for architecture buildings, to show what the product when they have a drawing, they can kind of transition to and get an idea of what it would look like completed. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. That's the one time there are some things where I can be like, no, this makes sense now.
Sure.
If it's that kind of thing, I get it. I will
There's
say
a-
though.
I was gonna say there's implementation in it. I mean, I saw some stuff where it was helping to decipher sign language for people who didn't know sign,
Sure.
stuff like that. I was like, man, that's cool, man. Anything that's going to be able to help, but when it starts to take away jobs, that's the part. That's when it starts
Yeah.
to be
Right. 100%.
problematic.
Every tool has its place, right? Every tool has its place.
Right.
Yeah, I've always said too, Chat GPT is really great for writing emails or you could just kindly say "Go fuck yourself."
What's a professional way to say get that out of my
Right.
face?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
How can I be passive aggressive without sounding passive aggressive?
Yeah.
And it works. I mean, I think.
Yeah, and I've said before, if Frank Cho wants to make an AI program with his art so that he doesn't have to draw backgrounds anymore, and he puts all his art in there and he presses a button, that's fine, because he
Sure.
made it from his own shit, and he's using it to help him not get arthritis at the age of 50. But yeah, when somebody's stealing Studio Ghibli's shit, and
oh God,
man,
yeah.
I hate that.
I was so mad. I was like, really?
of all the people to steal from, that don't make it that.
Yeah, don't steal from the man who like will unload at you.
Yeah.
And then he did. Like, he's just like,
Yeah.
are you? I guess he's trying to sue.
Yeah,
That's
he's
all I can do at this point, right? It might slow a little bit of it down.
Yeah,
Right,
it's
I mean,
the since the technology is out there, it's kind of hard to reel it in, but he can't sue for that, So
he can or he can't.
I say he can.
Oh, he can. Okay.
Yeah, he can. So
I thought so, because that
Guys,
would
I'm gonna move my camera here so people can see what I'm drawing here.
Nice. I'll be keeping an eye on the chat. Okay. Join us in the chat if you're watching at home.
That's great. Here we go. I'm gonna give everybody a little vertigo.
I'm not going to point at my drawing because I'm using a very small medium and light blue pencil, so it'll take a while before you'll be able to see it, but I'll try to update you.
Why are you using a light blue pencil?
Use the blue pencil and then you can erase it after the inks, or when you scan it, it doesn't show up. I know at least that much about art.
Man.
Not that I plan to scan it, but
oh, I'm gonna scan mine and use mine as like a default picture of like
scan the heck out of it. Yeah.
I used to use a non-repo blue pencil. And like I was doing some stuff for IDW, man, that sped me up completely. That was before I got my digital setup that I'm using now. Yeah, man, it sped me up tremendously, man. A really good, like sharp non-repo blue pencil. Yeah, I didn't have the color either. I was just man, and I was just like sketch it real quick and then ink over it real fine, and then boom.
I rarely ever draw, but I had some good friends who taught me that early. You're gonna ruin your drawing erasing your graphite pencil lines, so just try to do this. And I said, okay.
See, it sucks too because I actually like when the graphite lines, for the way
show through.
I draw, they show through and everything.
That's okay too.
Yeah,
hey, do what you got. Walter Simonson used a number 2 pencil his whole career. So sometimes we obsess too much about the tools, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and also too, it's like if you can make it work and look nice and everything, then why not? And some people just like that effect. So
there's I'm trying to remember. There's a great story. It was a superhero bear with a little kid.
Hero bear and the kid.
Polar bear with a little kid.
It's called Hero Bear and the Kid.
Hero Bear.
Hero Bear and the Kid. Thank you. Nice. And he left in a lot of those guidelines. A lot of those little sketch lines in there, and I thought it was a great look especially for something like that.
I kind of, and I know it's not a real term for it, but I like that sketchiness to it, like where I can see it. I mean, obviously it's finished, but it has still that underlying unfinished look to it, kind of like Ben Templesmith in a sense.
Yeah.
I really like him. Rob Gilroy is my favorite. Because he has that style too. He's gotten a lot tighter with things, but his earlier stuff like Chew, and Chew's like one of my all-time favorite comics. So I don't think there's anything as good as Chew ever. So
wow, bold.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites too.
Is it really?
Oh yeah.
I think I showed you this before, but I have a little.
You have a little Chog?
Chog, yeah.
I never got the Chog. I do have the rare mini mates that they put out. Ooh, the Chog.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they actually Rob gave me this.
Nice.
The Chog. I did an interview with him at Motor City Comic Con when he was there, and
he's super nice guy.
He's very nice.
I met him at New York, and I regret not getting the Chog because it was like $60 or something. I was like, man, it's so cool.
See, that's why I would. that's why when you're really friendly with people, they give you stuff.
Nice.
I mean, I bought an autograph. Like I got his autograph, and I did some other stuff too. But
when I'm really friendly with people, they tell me to go away because I'm creepy.
Yeah.
That's fair.
It doesn't work. Or they say, "Hey, I'm going to tell your wife," and I'm just like, I'm gone. I'm out. I'm out.
All right, fine. Never mind.
And I know people are focusing on their drawing, but Aaron and Mark Diaz, you weren't here last time. Do you want to update people on what you're up to while you draw?
I honestly, I haven't worked on comic book stuff for months. I did a convention last week, and that was my only one I do for the year. But I've just been so buried in other client work. This is like the first
where'd
time
you do
in
a convention at?
Salem. So Salem, Oregon, capital.
I was going to say Oregon or maybe.
Yeah.
Okay,
Salem.
cool.
Yeah.
I had an answer.
I didn't make it.
I like the area.
Yeah, I didn't make a ton of money, but I was okay. Yeah.
Did you have fun?
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always like, you're sitting at your table, pretty soon if no one's around, you're just kind of like, how long do I have to sit here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You always get that drag at the end of the day, but we got the big one in Chicago coming up this weekend, C2E2. I did not get picked this year, but it was probably for the better because I think last year they offered and it was like $475, and I said I'll pass.
Yeah, jeez.
Yeah, I need to. I have Motor City Comic Con coming up at the end of May, so that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, what do I have coming up? I don't know. I got a lot of library conventions coming up.
How are those? My areas are starting to do those.
They're really cool, man. I really enjoy them, especially if you have things that are kid friendly, or young adult, friendly, things like that. Man, I really enjoy them. So I'm doing 3 this year, which is kind of cool. But last week, not last week, the week before last, I actually won awards. So that was something.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Congratulations again.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
You are royalty. We are in the presence of royalty right now.
Not really. Not really. But I can pretend if you guys want me to.
Sure.
Absolutely. Rock it.
Please do.
No, but so we won the Richard Wright Literary Award for graphic novel for Jetta Tales of the Toshigawa, and we won best illustration in a children's book for this book I did called Starry Nights and Park Pals and the grand opening of Starry Nights. So
nice.
That was cool. I was really surprised by that one, especially because I didn't even know. I knew Jetta was nominated, but I didn't know that was nominated. So that would be the third one that I actually won. The year before, I won one for Shinobi Ninja Princess, which was actually pretty cool too. So
hell yeah! Did you? Was that for the same?
It's nice to get acknowledged, and even if it's maybe not a freaking Eisner or something, it's still nice, if people acknowledge your work and think enough of it.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
that can keep you going.
Yeah, I was pretty stoked about it, man. I got a chance to meet the Richard Wright family, and stuff like that, and it was pretty cool, man. I thought it was cool, man. I had a blast. So
that is cool.
Yeah,
very cool. Who's Richard Wright though?
He is a literary guy. He was an author. The first really the first Black author to be able in the area to be able to get a before he was an author, he was the first Black person here in the area to be able to get a library card. So
wow.
And he got a library card because he had a friend who saw that he was very interested in writing, and he was white, and he worked at the library and gave him the card. So he was able to check out books and read and study, and then from there he was able to go, leave the area, go to Chicago, become a author, and then come back and just keep writing about the area and about, his time growing up, segregated South like that. So it was really cool. It was cool to be able to do that and, be in front of, his family and stuff like that and say, hey, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be able to do the stuff that I'm doing right now. So that's kind of awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah.
We forget we have not come as far as we think we have.
Yeah, man. I mean, when they were talking about his life, man, it was like, I forgot what the exact dates were, but it wasn't too far off, and I was just like, God dang, man, that's people tend to think that, times like that, segregation, all that kind of stuff was like a gazillion years ago or millennia ago, and it wasn't. You know what I mean? It's just
those people are in their like 70s now.
Yeah, exactly.
Not that long ago.
When his family is there, it's really surprising. You know what I mean? Because they remember him being alive and stuff like that, and they're old, yeah, but I mean, it's still within a lifetime ago. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like, it's surprising, man. It's surprising. It's crazy, but it was a big honor, and I'm just happy to be able to be a part of that.
We were happy for you, even though you were selfish and didn't come on the show.
I know, right?
Yeah, how dare you?
I mean, they could have mailed you the award. It's not everything.
Yeah.
Win an award or hang out with us. I don't know.
Yeah,
talk about public domain. Peter Pan.
Hey, public domain characters are awesome, though, man. I was just posting about a public domain character today that I was watching. I had a nightmare about, man. But it wasn't really in a bad way. It was in a it was Popeye the motion picture. When I was a little kid, I used to love that movie, but when I first saw it, I started crying because
You're
they
a
took
wuss.
away right. But they took away Sweet Pea, right? Sweet Pea got swept away in that crowd.
Yeah.
And that was horrifying, right?
Very scary.
So fast forward, I had the same dream about my son being taken away in the San Diego Comic-Con crowd.
Oh no.
So,
do you know, Martha, so you can go to that village where they filmed that? The set is still up. The country that they filmed that in, I wish I could remember what it is, but they made it into like a theme park.
Oh, really?
So you can go to that village where they filmed Popeye.
Oh, sweet. Like a Popeye theme park?
I don't know if it's based off of Popeye, but the village is still there. I'm sure they have some Popeye themed things, but
are you talking about like the Robin Williams one?
Yeah.
The live action movie.
Oh wow, okay.
One of the most underrated movies ever created.
Man, I love that movie, man.
Great movie.
I love that movie.
I can truly say I don't think I've seen it.
Stop right now. Get off of with us and go. No, don't do that.
All right, I'll see you later.
Go check it out. I'm trying to remember. Shelley Duvall. Olive Oil. She was great. Perfect casting.
Shelley. Didn't she just pass away?
She did. She did. Just passed.
So, rest in peace.
Rest in sweet peas.
Rest in sweet peas.
Nice. I was hoping I'd get a bigger reaction. I thought that was pretty clever.
It was. We're just not going to give you it.
If I wasn't in the middle of drawing a line, I would have given you a bigger.
No more jokes because they're just going to go right over our heads.
It was clever. We're just not going to give it to you.
Oh, I appreciate that. Make me work harder for it.
Correct.
My kids and my wife appreciate that.
Good.
Even though my wife's not completely innocent, she said to me today, she goes, "Guy, the worst day at lunch today. I got ketchup in my eye." And I said, "Oh, are you all right?" She goes, "Yeah, it's not a big deal. Now I just have hindsight."
Oh.
And I looked at her and I said, "Kelly, that is not. First of all, that's a pretty good one. Second of all,
divorce is in order."
I was going to say that's grounds for divorce for me.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
I have punned the hell out of that lady. She's fine.
I mean, I guess if she's married to you, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, she's doing all right. I'm the lucky one. I'm the problem.
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
Blah.
I think
blah,
it's
blah.
my wife. My jokes always go over her head, so it's kind of
Yeah.
yeah.
That happens. And I was about to say you need to throw them lower,
Well,
but I didn't think that would land. Again, no pun intended. So I didn't say it.
no,
I'm
it
proud of
was a
myself for
pun.
not saying it officially.
No, no, you say pun intent. No, own your pun, you coward. Own them.
I did. I said pun intended. Did I?
Oh, I thought you said pun not intended. I'm sorry.
Oh, maybe I don't remember.
Maybe you did. I don't know. I'm trying to pretend I'm
We're just
drawing.
We're just drawing.
I'm just loading stuff into like Chat GPT, and I'll show you guys in a minute.
Well, we're not looking.
I will say though, I teach a graphics class, 2 graphics classes in high school, and these kids, like, they're better than I was when I was 20. When I was in my 20s, you give them a little heads up, you give them a little practice with whatever tools you want them to use for whatever it is they're building, and they come up with some amazing stuff. I've got one student that's won every single show I put him in. He's won awards. Like some of these kids, even they're like, I don't really want to do this, and then they do it, and it looks amazing. I'm like, oh, okay, this is
That's
great.
always kids, right?
Yeah.
I feel like that's always the case too. It's like the people who don't want to do it always end up doing the best.
Yeah. It's the worst. We work our butts off to get slightly better every day, and they're like, meh. Here's this thing I made in 30 seconds.
You know, I did that for anime convention. I put together a zombie apocalypse survival panel.
Oh yeah.
In like 20 minutes. And I mean, the convention wasn't until like a week, but I put it together literally in 20 minutes a week before the convention, and people were like, "This was so cool and so good." And I'm like, the zombie survival guide, just take all the stuff from that. Easiest.
The original Chat GPT.
Yep, the original Chat GPT. Yeah. The original books.
Does anybody else have a plan and a weapon that they would use ready to go just in case? Like in real life?
Like next to me?
Like a
Not
zombie
next to you, but that you would grab in case of the quote-unquote zombie apocalypse.
I have a couple of katanas.
Nice.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
Nerd.
So I'll get my Michonne on.
Yeah.
Martha, I'm going to tell you right now, I am not surprised the first words out of your mouth were, I've got a couple of katanas. Just knowing you.
Just throwing it out there.
That doesn't surprise me.
I mean, hey, I got that.
I use them to slice some, cake and bread.
I did use them one time to make dinner. That was yeah.
Nice.
Just to see how I was trying to see how sharp it was. Now I actually, when I got my first one, I cut a bed in the hotel. I accidentally cut a bed in not in half, but
Hey,
like
stuff for you, dude.
Nice.
You
pulled a Van Halen on them, destroying the room.
Just playing around, just trying to see exactly how sharp it was. So I was cutting different things.
Oh, you found out all right.
The after party gets wild in your room.
Right, yeah, man. And I cut the edge of the bed off. Kind of sucked. You gotta speak out the hotel, man.
Hotel rooms are pricey, especially when you destroy the beds.
Yeah. I was living.
Good thing you didn't cut the doorknob off. You would have been screwed. Like, shit. Now I'm stuck in here.
Oh man, I used to live that rockstar life. Like, not really.
What to say?
No, again, own it, take it.
I remember there's an episode of that TV show News Radio. Maybe I'm dating myself.
No, great show. Phil Hartman.
Yeah, where they Matthew went to Japan and brought back a katana.
Yeah.
And it's apparently supposed to be so sharp, like they just do it on the table and cuts the table off. It just, it's like it's not that sharp, good God. But it was pretty funny.
That's a good one.
Are you familiar with the meme guy back in the day, Dragon Twister?
Dragon Twister.
Oh man, okay. So he's a guy. His name is Phil, and he was filming him. He films himself doing like katana stuff, like outside, and he did this move called Dragon Twister.
Oh no.
Yeah, and he got memed. He actually got turned into a video game too.
Really?
Yeah, on Newgrounds. It's taken down now, but it was like a platformer.
Nice.
And it's fun. I went to school with him.
Oh, you did? Really?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Cool.
He's and it turned out too, like his sister had to like say, hey, he has like autism and everything, so this is why he's like this. But it was like, people weren't making fun of him or anything. We all just thought he was like cooler. Like he's a very nice guy. He was a very nice guy too.
Yeah.
Like he played Yu-Gi-Oh with me, so that was cool.
I used to take Shotokan karate, and I used to go to these tournaments all the time. Back when tournaments were huge, right? And I competed in sparring and I competed in kata, but I never did weapons. I was preparing to do weapons, but one thing kept me from doing it, and it was this guy who was in the black belt weapons division, and he had katana, and he was in it. It was a huge tournament. It was like the Bluegrass Nationals tournament, right? And it was like the guys who were in the Mortal Kombat game at the time, the actors, they were the ones who were doing demonstrations and stuff. So it was pretty huge, right?
That's sweet.
That's not what you did to Sub-Zero in the game. Forget it.
Yeah.
I'm not fighting you.
So the guy, man, he did this awesome kata, man. It was so fluid and pretty, man. He was doing these flips, and he went and he was doing this one part where he flipped backwards, and he was doing a downward stab, and he was supposed to stab down into, at the ground.
And then he stabbed you.
But his foot was in the way, and he stabbed his foot.
Oh, no.
And man, the dude did not break a sweat. He was just like, bop, stab. I mean, it was like blood was like all like coming out of the gym floor.
Oh my gosh.
And he picks it up. He picks the sword up. He swings it. And he sheathes the sword. And he bows and walks out.
That sounds exact. And this was a guy who
was
this a guy who worked on Mortal Kombat, you said?
No, this was another guy. He was just in the competition.
Oh,
just to give people some updates. Can't really see it, but I got this cool zebra pen. Joanne Fabrics just going out of business. I'm not much of an artist, but I really like it. A brush pen with a small tip.
Hey, that's pretty cool.
I think Aaron's already drawn TikTok, but I can only really handle cartoony, Simpson-y looking stuff. So.
Speaking, it's funny you mentioned zebra. You guys remember zebra gum, the multi?
Oh yeah,
gum.
Yeah.
They quit making that last year. I
didn't
realize that.
You mean?
Yeah, I watched this. This is what
the stuff they sold at Toys R Us, the fruit.
Yeah. I didn't know it was still being made, let alone quit making. I used to eat all the time. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It would last. The flavor would last for about 30 seconds, and then
then it would just turn nasty.
You went on cement.
A second. I don't even know how they stayed in business 30 years.
It lasts about as long as my patience. So.
Oh, rest in peace, Fruit Stripes gum. Got me
another aspect of our childhood. Kabalooey.
I mean, true. It's funny. Everybody says, truthfully, I don't believe in the whole you're ruining my childhood thing. I think that's the dumbest thing anybody could ever said, especially like with Fortnite.
Yeah.
Every time when somebody says that, they're like, "Oh no, Batman's in Fortnite." I'm like, "Yeah," and you can make him punch Ariana Grande. you can have Sabrina Carpenter now go up against Bruno Mars with the Optimus Prime. This is the ultimate smashing your toys together crossover. It is enhancing your your child life.
You know how today's internet culture is. It's hard to tell if people are being serious, but yeah, when you're seriously saying it doesn't change how you felt about it or what it was then, just because somebody did a reboot 50 years later or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. And granted, yeah, I mean,
and a lot of times that stuff is not as good as we remember it either. We just kind of hold on to that feel.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I watched. What did I watch?
Like
recently?
people like what was I watching the other day? Was it G.I. Joe or Transformers?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like that cartoon was written by ChatGPT. It looks like they put like ideas and they didn't finish them in.
Yeah.
I watched the streamer who he just shows the old ones online or whatever that you can't find anywhere. And I'm like, this thing was written by like a 5-year-old just kind of throwing stuff out. Every scene changes. Every character is different every episode.
Well, that's how it was with the old He-Man stuff too.
Right. Oh yeah, right. That's another good example.
Like, or even because I watched like the old Digimon. Like I watched that and Monster Ranchers, and that show sucks. I used to love it as a kid, but watching Monster Ranchers now, I was like, God, this is awful. Same thing with the original Digimon.
I will say that I do still watch He-Man, and while I am noticing the flaws, I still really enjoy it.
Yeah, and that's okay. But don't come at people and be like, the quality was so much better in 1985. Yeah. I mean, these guys were just trying to get to the next paycheck and churn out the episode.
Yeah. I'll give you another example. My wife and I on Hulu have been started watching a show, and I, again, I'm showing my age here, but it was a show that I used to love when I was I was maybe 12 to 15. It was Bruce Willis and Sybil Shepherd in Moonlighting.
Yeah.
I love that show, bro. I wanted to be David Addison. I would walk around, with sunglasses on and, sing the Macarena or whatever he was doing, that episode or whatever it was. And they put it on Hulu about a year ago. And my wife and I started watching it. And the first few, I was like, oh, that was fun. She's like, yeah, but it didn't make any sense. I'm like, that doesn't matter. But then we watched this last episode. There was no discernible story. It didn't make any sense whatsoever. The characters were just like screaming at each other for no reason. It was so hilarious how bad the episode was. I still really enjoyed watching it, but it was just such a.
And that's all I remember from that show is them just yelling at each other.
That's what it was, really. But it was just so funny to see. Like that, my wife's like, put the Moonlighting on so I can fall asleep to it. I'm like, okay, great. But it is one of those shows that it's definitely more nostalgia than it is because it was good.
Oh yeah,
for me anyway.
Who would have thought? Moonlighting doesn't hold up. Yeah, some of the stuff that you can't find on streaming, you understand why they kind of leave it buried in the ashes.
Well, I think once Bruce got sick, there he was like, whatever, just put it on. Who cares?
Who cares? Let it go.
let people watch it. Blah.
I'm trying to remember what other like older shows that I watch. Oh, Kim Possible.
Oh yeah.
I love Kim Possible, but I watched. What's up?
You're much younger than us. You got to talk about like Rugrats and Doug and.
Okay, yeah, Rugrats.
That was my generation.
No, listen, Rugrats.
Rugrats was amazing.
Awesome. I loved Rugrats.
I used to I did like Kim Possible. I used to watch some Kim Possible. Did they ever? But I never watched it in succession. So did they ever have like a through storyline in that? Because every time I watched it, it was like the same couple of episodes that were on rerun. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they did. It was very like villain of the week. Type thing, but there was a consistent story of her going to school, Ron and her started dating. Like there was other stuff that did end up happening throughout, but it wasn't like every episode was like a cohesive to the next.
Right.
So, but there was an overlying story, but it wasn't anything deep. It was similar to like Phineas and Ferb.
So her and Ron did start dating.
Yeah, the last like 2 seasons.
I don't remember that at all. I missed all that. What about the Shigo?
Oh, what about her?
Was she like I always thought in my head canon that she was like some type of like clone or something like that.
Oh no, they never. That's she actually kind of gets together with Draken. Which is very strange.
Yeah. That's like a Terra Deathstroke type of a thing, right? Kinda.
I guess so. I'm not sure.
That's long before his days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pretend I know what you're talking
He's
about.
he's a young man.
Yeah.
Here's one that I think holds up: Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah. Oh God, thank God
Oh.
they killed that live action show.
Oh yeah,
they-
oh boy.
Listen,
You know, I
that
always
would have
thought
ruined my
that-
childhood. Okay, that would be the one I would.
Yeah, I always thought that him was like the perfect, like creepy villain, right?
absolutely.
Yeah, so creepy, but yet accessible for kids. And you're like, I don't know why this is creepy, but I know that I've creeped out by this thing.
Man, it was that voice, man.
Oh yeah,
That
I loved his
was
voice.
just creepy, man.
Yeah, that whole thing was just so well put together, like from top to bottom. I thought.
No, I agree. I loved every episode of the Powerpuff Girls. My favorite one was the Smiths episode.
Oh yeah,
where they're just
yeah.
like they just want to be villain. Like their whole thing is they ruined my dinner. I just hate the Powerpuff Girls. I'm like, okay, they're just a regular family. It's great.
Yeah, that was good. That's a good one.
What was the other one too? The cat one was the one I really liked as well. The mind control cat.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
And then when Mojo Jojo turns out that he's actually a good guy and he saves everybody.
Yeah.
He just wants to make the world a better place. But the live action show, and I know everybody can grill me on this, I kind of wanted them to. I wish they would have released the pilot and finished it.
Yeah.
Because there's bad. Have you ever? Do you know? Are you familiar with the DC show Naomi?
I haven't. I've heard of it, but I've never seen any episodes from. What was it on? Was it
CW?
On? It was.
Yeah.
It was.
I completely missed that.
Yes.
I think that lasted for about 2 episodes, and it didn't last very long. Yeah.
It lasted for 2 episodes. It was one of the worst things you could ever watch. And I like Naomi. I think she's a cool character. But she's similar to like Superman.
Huh.
Hang on, because I remember her powers were like, Naomi McDuffie. Her powers didn't come
Irish.
She's Irish. Yeah, strength, durability, flight, energy manipulation. But I liked her, and the whole episode is just talking. I mean, which was very CW. I mean, let's be real here. All CW stuff is all talking, but the CGI was terrible. It was all green screen. But I wish they would have completed the live action Powerpuff Girls pilot, and released it, because I need to know after watching the trailer, like
what would have happened, what could have been.
What could have been.
I was still a little salty with the CW after they ruined Legends.
Oh yeah.
Legends, I thought, started as such a strong show, such a strong premise to be able to have different characters in and out every season, every couple of story arcs, whatever. And then it just went downhill. I mean, creating things is hard. I'm not trying to like get on anybody's business or anything. But
Legends of Tomorrow? Isn't that what it was called?
Legends of Tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah.
And it just started so strong, I felt, and the way that it ended, it just kind of became like they just brought in characters. Maybe there were characters that I didn't know or hadn't heard of, but it just seemed like they just kind of brought in these new characters that didn't have anything to do with anything. And I don't know, it was a real super frustrating.
Yeah, like I liked what was her name? The werewolf girl.
Yeah,
I liked her. I thought she was cool. I liked that show a lot. I thought that was you went hard, and you gave the writers complete freedom to do whatever they wanted, and every episode was just insane.
Chaos.
Yeah.
Like they summoned the giant Bebo to
Yeah, and that stuff's great. But I think they just lost opportunities, and clearly money is an issue, so you have to kind of rein some of that stuff in, of course. But it just seemed to, and I'm all for crazy. I'm all for go crazy, go nuts, make it as weird as you possibly can. But I don't know, just to bring in characters. Once they kind of got rid of Firestorm, then I was like, okay, and then brought in characters that didn't really ever show their powers, and the storylines didn't really seem to make any sense.
Well, I always thought it was. I watched, what was it, The Arrow? That's the only CW show I watched, and I always think it's funny. Arrow doesn't really work the real world, because the whole time I'm watching this, I'm like, dude, they got guns. Like, I get it, the bow and arrow thing, but they got guns.
Yeah.
Like there's a part of me, it's like when the comic books it works. Mm-hmm. When you bring it to the real world, it's like, I don't think it's really working there.
Yeah.
My stuff crashed, so I wasn't really sure where I stopped. But I was.
Yakking?
What's up?
Where you stopped yakking?
Yeah, because I know David was saying pretty much what I said. Was trying to say, but they went hard on it. I stopped when Rory got pregnant.
Yeah.
I was like, Heatwave was awesome, and then they were like, oh yeah, my species. First off, him banging an alien was cool. I was like, hell yeah, this is great.
Yeah.
And then they're like, no, you're pregnant, and I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out.
It was a little too much.
Yeah.
Same thing with Flash. Flash started off strong, I thought, and then kind of fell off.
I stopped.
Yeah, I definitely heard that.
Yeah.
The thing with the Flash, because I used to watch the Flash as well, but the thing with the Flash is that he kept making the same mistakes.
Yeah.
Same mistakes. Yeah. He would learn the same lessons over and over and over again. And I was just like, dude, how many times you gonna break the Speed Force? You know what I mean? How many times you gonna break time by messing things up? Or trying to save somebody. I gotta save Iris, and then you go and break time, and now things are messed up. You just did that with your mother, like last season. So
Well, Barry.
Yeah, man.
Same thing, man. Fast running just doesn't work in the real world. Why is that cool? We don't know.
Because it is cool. Listen, I want to punch you, but I want to punch you later.
Wow.
I want you to receive it later. Like,
I always
that's cool.
The 90s Flash. That was the one I got into.
Oh yeah.
He's in the Flash.
Yeah, he comes back. Yeah, I know.
Oh no.
I tried to watch the new one, but I don't know. I just I got into that when I was a kid, and then I don't know. I never really got into superheroes much as a kid because I couldn't. The costumes, I always thought I couldn't wrap my head around somebody who would wear a costume to go fight crime. I don't know. Even as a kid, I'm just like, why would they go do that? I don't know. And so that's why when I grew up, I got into the X-Men because they look like punk rockers when I got into them. I'm like, oh, cool. They're like these heavy metal punk rockers. And then they put on costumes, and I was like, done. I was done. I was out.
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't care.
The fun thing about costumes is, and you kind of, it is, why would anybody wear this in real life? And then I love the comments on Facebook and everything, like Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner. Like, oh, he looks stupid and ridiculous. Yes.
Mm-hmm. So does Guy Gardner.
Yeah, so does Mr. Terrific. He has a T on his face.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, come on. Like, these people look absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
And
why would you go out and fight crime with a costume? I mean, wouldn't you?
I mean, I would.
No.
If I had powers, I'm definitely putting my pajamas on.
Yeah.
Well,
like
my underoos for fundaroos.
Well, that's what I like Christopher Nolan's Batman, because he kind of made a reason why he would have, like, one, why would a martial artist fight with a cape? That just seemed
right.
Like, I never really
seen the cape.
Yeah, like, why would he do that? But then they made the cape like, well, it's his hang glider. I'm like, okay, this is cool. So I like how they made his costume like a complete operating like weapon or device. Like the ears actually had sonar, so he could hear longer. Like, oh, that makes more sense.
Totally makes sense.
Yeah,
Wait,
so they actually
have
made
you-
the costume like a symbol, but they're also like a working like instrument for him to help him do what he needs to do. And I was like, well, that's kind of cool. I mean, they're actually putting some thought into this. So I don't know.
Yeah, and I think that's the problem with superheroes in general, right? Eventually, when all the stories are told, we just go into like, how realistic can they be? And it's like, how realistic should they be? I don't know, you know.
I don't think they should. I always think it's when they just play it as that's why like I know everyone loves The Watchmen, but I would sit there and watch The Watchmen. They're like giving these serious philosophical takes on society. I'm like, yeah, but you're wearing an owl costume.
Right.
I can't get. I know. I'm sorry, but I just can't get past that.
Yeah.
I'm just like, if you're so smart, why are you flying around in an owl costume? That doesn't make any. So yeah, I just like they try to make it like it's a fetish, you know, in the show, whatever. But I don't know. I just like if you're gonna go in goofy, make it goofy. You know, that totally that works.
I cannot disagree with you. That's why I feel like they work better in comics, and obviously episodic would be better than movies. But they're too expensive to make.
No, I agree. I think if you're doing it, just be goofy with it. You don't need to do all these serious, dark takes on it. I mean, granted, everybody's gonna complain. Everybody can have whatever they want. So it's if you want the real stuff, if you want realism, you got it. If you want the goofy stuff, you got it.
Yeah.
But
if you want blood, you got it. Yeah. Then that's kind of the cool thing about comics too, right? It can be anything.
Exactly.
But there's a fine line between going all out goofy and going Eric Larson Savage Dragon, where it's just insanity.
Or DC fart comics, which
comics.
You know, I think that the Superman trailer that I've seen so far, the new one coming out here, I think they've got a pretty good handle on like goofy, but yet taking themselves seriously. And I think that's what Richard Donner did perfectly. Like everybody understood the joke, but the characters took themselves seriously.
Like Tim Burton's Batman.
Yeah, exactly. They were we're all in on the joke. Like I think like something like wrestling got better when they were like, guys, yes.
Yeah,
like the athleticism is real, but the outcome is determined. Let's have fun. It's like a big soap opera with like guys bleeding all over the place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I've never been a huge fan of James Gunn. I know he's okay. Everything has to be an ensemble piece.
Yeah.
Like even with Superman, he had to bring in his friends. It's like Guardians of the Galaxy ensemble piece. Suicide, like he does characters because he wants to do his jokes on and off with his friends.
Adam Sandler.
And so I'm just like, okay, you get to do all your jokes with your buddies or whatever. But I just get a feeling that Superman's going to be lost in him trying to introduce all these other characters.
Yeah, you could be right.
Yeah.
And it's like, here's Superman. And I'm like, where? I remember when they did, what was it, Captain America Civil War. Captain America was always my favorite costume because I'm like, dude, if you're going to fight with a Frisbee, then own it, right? And
giant A on your forehead.
Yeah. And, but I remember watching that movie and like, where's Captain America? Oh, there he is. He's over there. Where is he? Oh, he's behind Iron. It's like, it's called Captain America, but it was like, everyone's like, well, did you see all the other superheroes? Yeah, that was kind of funny. They were in there. They called it what, like the sequel to the Avengers, because all those superheroes and the biggest
Civil War. Is that why I Civil War?
Listen, I hated Civil War.
Yeah, it was rushed. They're trying to get so many storylines done, on live action, but they're not. And they've taken time to be able to build a universe, of course. But yeah, something like that, it needs so much like build up to it.
Yeah. That's why I kind of like the new Daredevil stuff, is because you're kind of poking at that.
Yeah.
Like you're poking at a proper like Civil War wrap up.
Yeah.
I will say with James Gunn, his storylines are the same when it comes to the superhero genre. Right. And it's Guardians of the Galaxy, Suicide Squad. It's like Suicide Squad and Creature Commandos are both good, but it's the same exact story.
Well, yeah, I mean, like to me, the second Suicide Squad was how many I was counting how many dick jokes they made in the movie, and and it was like, okay, I get it.
Too many are not enough. Too many are not enough, Aaron.
Yeah, I don't know. like I said, I'm old,
Not
but
enough.
today's sense of humor in movies is not my sense of humor.
Mm-hmm.
Like none of the quips in the Marvel movies entertain me. They just start to. I'm just like, come on, get to the story. I don't care if you're making stupid jokes. Let's go, move.
Yeah.
And well, I just like Iron Man was supposed to be the quippy one, and then they made everyone else, and then I'm like, okay, well, you completely defeated the Iron Man
definitely get that
character,
argument.
So
that
what's
like
the point?
I liked Guardians of the Galaxy, but then when everybody in the cast talks like that,
not everybody needs to be funny.
And that's my problem with James Gunn. And it's also too, you have one character that everybody has a tragic backstory. One has the worst of it all. One person dies, or two people die. Like everything he does is, and I'm not saying he's not good, because I do I like Slither. It's a good movie. I like the movies that he's done. It's just when I go in there, I go, that one's gonna die, aren't they?
Well, and I hate to be a downer, but the hour's gone by fast. We're in the 10-minute
we're almost
countdown.
done.
So I did
draw
a second. I drew a second.
I was trying to draw a bit,
but came out very poorly. But that's okay. We try again next time.
All right, so I actually went ahead and got finished with mine, which was
wow.
I kind of locked in. I locked in.
Nice. That's it.
This was Tinkerbell.
Oh, nice.
I love it. That's awesome.
So
we're gonna guys. Can we? If you guys put these on the chat, I'll take them off and I'll put them on the website, or I'll get them onto our Facebook account where you can all share them and everything.
I'd have to finish mine. I just got an arm, and it was a crocodile whose arm was like a cannon, like an old-fashioned pirate cannon.
Cool. I was gonna do mine.
There's not much to see. I mean, it was like I don't know. And then,
that's a cool start, though.
That's a good start.
Snap a pic of it. I wanted to do like a cybernetic eye and cool stuff, but I'm not as talented as you, Aaron. I'll leave that to you.
Here's mine. I did a little. We talked about the combination of the Lost Boys.
Awesome.
So I gave him the little fox head. It kind of brought it in. We were talking about the Disney version being the fox.
Yep.
So I kind of combined the Lost Boys and Robin Hood together a little bit.
Hey, that'll go good with this Tinkerbell too, man.
Right.
I mean, it's like Tinkerbell that's like that could be flying around too. That's kind of cool.
Nice. All right, Chad, you got your Shmee?
I got my Shmee. I'm not very proud of my Shmee. All right, so this is my Shmee. I draw very creepy.
Wait, say his name again.
Shmee.
Yeah, I think that's how you say it. Yeah.
I love the way you say it.
I tell my brother, hey, do you want a shmemium thing? Do you want something shmemium at a premium price? He gets so mad. But I draw really creepy, so this is my Shmee.
I love it. That's great.
So I'm not good with arms and legs at all.
That's all right.
That's all right.
But
it looks great.
This is me being creepy.
Oh.
So.
You know who it reminds me of? Kind of reminds me a little bit of TikTok from Return Oz.
Return Oz.
I don't know that. That's what caught me in my brain.
TikTok from what?
From Return Oz.
Yeah.
Was that the guy in stilts?
No.
TikTok was the round Tin Man type robot thing.
There you go.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. It's been a while. I just remember that's the one with Michael Jackson, right?
No, that's the Wiz.
Oh, okay.
Return to Oz is the one with the girl from Empire Records. Happy Rex Manning Day, by the way, everybody.
That's the one with the couch.
Oh, yes, the couch and Jack Pumpkin and the Gnome King and the witch who took her heads off and put on a new head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The creepy one.
I thought it was great. I loved it.
What were the one guys called?
With the wheels?
Flying monkeys?
Yeah,
the
wheelers.
That's who I'm thinking of. They were on stilts with wheels.
Yeah, their arms looked long because they had wheel hands. Yeah.
I thought it was not that it doesn't have its problems, but I thought it was before its time.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I mean, even Wizard of Oz itself was before its time.
Yeah, definitely.
It was.
I also love The Wiz. The Wiz, I think, is Michael Jackson's song.
I thought The Wiz.
forget about it,
me
man.
out, man.
Yeah, it's a
The
showstopper.
Wizards creeped me out when I was little, dude. I liked it, but then it was like some stuff in there that I was like, dude, I don't want to go there, man. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good in the house.
Yeah. I thought the Wiz was great. Richard Pryor as the Wizard. Come on.
Yeah.
So good. So good.
I can't recall if I've ever actually seen The Wiz. It's probably been a long time.
It does have some it's a little long.
It is long.
Yeah, and I think that they did not do a very good job with how they connected Dorothy's like home life in real time in her real life with the Land of Oz.
Right.
I think they could have done that a little better if they would have had Michael Jackson. And I'm trying to remember the Wilson who played Tin Man. I can't remember his name.
Nipsey. Crap. What's his last name? I know. But none of them appeared to her in her real. Yeah. In the real world, essentially.
There was a better way to connect those two things together.
Yeah. I get you on that.
Why? Was the Return to Oz based on Through the Looking Glass at all? Or was it just completely?
No, it was based off of Frankenbaum's books, multiple books. They just kind of picked and parroted from each of the books to be able to get it. Yeah.
Through the Looking Glass is Alice in Wonderland, though.
Yeah.
I thought that was Wizard of Oz.
No, that's Alice in Wonderland.
No, that's the sequel to Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
It's also It's also a Batman title too. If you really Sam Keith, but,
Is that the one with Mad Hatter?
Yeah.
Makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
That one was actually I like Sam. That storyline was terrible, but I like Sam Keith, so the artwork was great.
Yeah,
in it. So
I think any of those villains, even the corniest ones, if they're done well, can be.
Oh, I love Professor Pig.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I like Professor Pig.
Sure. I mean, look at Polka Dot Man. He was salvaged.
Yeah.
Kite Man.
Kite Man in Harley Quinn show, man, is awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Have you seen his show?
I haven't seen his show.
Oh, it's awesome.
It is?
Oh yeah.
I gotta watch it.
He's amazing. He just owns this bar and just gets up into a bunch of hijinks with Golden Glider.
Oh, that's cool.
Like it's awesome. I love it.
Nice.
So
that's cool.
Yeah,
I gotta watch it.
I've stopped Harley Quinn at season like 3.
Is that the one on Max?
Yeah. Okay. I left off. I think Harley died. Not Harley. Poison Ivy died. No, wait a minute. No, they got married.
Somebody died. I can't remember. Somebody died.
Somebody died.
You just gave us a little insight to what you think of marriage there. They went from dying.
That's kind of, I die a little inside when I think about it. No, was it? Oh no, the Joker was mayor. That's where I left off. The Joker.
Yeah, that one. That is one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
Because they make Joker like the most sane person,
right? And he's a great mayor. He's a great mayor. Dude, if he was mayor of Memphis, dude, we'd be straight.
Yeah, he's like, he arrests Bruce Wayne because of tax evasion.
Yeah,
and it's also too he gives everybody free healthcare.
Yeah.
Like he raises money for like all schools and everything. Like everybody gets free education. He's insane.
Yeah.
And then they actually keep that up like throughout the seasons. Is that he's just a genuinely good person and everybody else is just stupid. I was watching one of the trailers one of the clips with Lois Lane, and she's complaining about how she shouldn't rely on Superman because she's super independent and she can't rely on him, but they're like burning to death with Joker and Batman, and like, we really need Superman, and Joker's like, you have so many problems. My significant other and we communicate because that's what's important. He's like lecturing.
Oh, that's right, because doesn't he have a son named?
Yeah, he has a son. He has a son and a Latino like wife or something. Yeah, it's hilarious.
Wow.
I gotta watch this show now.
Dude, it's crazy.
That's
Like,
great.
That one and Kite Man are
Yeah.
hilarious.
Right.
Creature Commandos is pretty good too, but
Yeah, check them out.
that one's very paint by numbers. But I digress.
Yeah, that was that the first of James Gunn's universe?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like the one he supposedly started out with. So
Yeah.
I haven't
Nice.
watched any of that. I'm trying to think of the last thing I watched on TV. It's been a
Peacemaker was
while.
good.
I was excited to see a new Tron trailer, but then I'm a huge Tron fan.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that they're doing something with that.
All right, guys, the hour's up.
We did it.
We did it. We drew
We
our
did it
stuff.
again. Our third show. We'll be back again in 2
Yay.
weeks in the same time, same channel.
Yeah.
What's the next one?
Who knows? What is the
Script-
next?
Well, yeah. What is the next show?
Script
The
writing.
Here we go. I got it. The date is the 23rd, April 23rd at 7 bells Eastern, 6 bells Central. I don't know what Mountain or Pacific would be.
I was asking what
5
the
and 4.
episode we
Keep
were
counting down
doing.
the-
but-
Math.
Keep counting down.
Math. No. Math. No.
If it's 7, 6, 5, 4.
Yeah, I can't hear anything you're saying.
Yeah, but what are we doing?
Oh, we're doing we're
Hanging out,
scripting.
saying it.
We're doing
That's what I thought,
polishing up the so we're taking our brainstorm, taking our characters that are now in our brains, the visuals, and we're scripting the Robin Hood versus
Opening scene.
Phantom of the Opera. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And then we
Alright,
gotta cast it and film it.
Love it.
That
Yes,
too.
we do. We will. I have
Love it.
Chris Pratt
Okay.
Oh,
available.
Of course. I mean, he's
Nice.
legally has to be in every movie. Yeah.
Yes, legally, and then I
Standard.
have James Gunn.
Nice.
as-
Gunn's
as
James
Director.
Gunn directing it.
and his brother's gonna be there too.
He has,
So
he has to be there.
he has to. And truthfully, I don't hate Sean Gunn. So I mean,
Yeah, he does fine.
I-
He does
I
fine with what he's
enjoy him.
given. Sure.
Yeah.
And we
He's-
appreciate everyone who joined in the chat. We were busy drawing, so we were able to put up your comments. But hey, YouTube people watching this afterwards, give us some comments. You ain't commenting on YouTube. Come on.
Yeah.
talk to us about
Hook us up.
data and trading because that's what the one guy asked us.
Hey, I'll take
Side
some.
track.
I'll take some trader tips.
Sure.
Let's get that going. Sure, why
All
not?
right, guys.
What?
Let me wait. Do we have
Wait.
a outro?
I need to sign off.
Oh yeah, you
Um,
need to sign off.
Oh no! This is one thing I did. Thanks for watching the Cosmos. Like a kick in the face. That's not a good one either, is it? I did a karate chop.